Today on the channel, we're back at it with more San Diego Comic-Con coverage, and today we're recapping McFarlane Toys, Mortal Kombat, and DC Multiverse.
And the spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here, back again with some more San Diego Comic-Con 2026 coverage as we're covering everything here on the channel from wrestling to Masters of the Universe, Marvel Legends, miscellaneous, and of course, McFarlane Toys, and that's what we're diving in here to today. Plenty of new reveals as we carry on. Todd McFarlane, special guest from the couch as always, as we carry on for the final year of DC Multiverse. We ramp some things up with Mortal Kombat, and a little bit of this and that along the way. And we're going to cover it all right here, but make sure you do subscribe to this very YouTube channel. As of right now, we're dangerously close to 60,000 subscribers, like 100 away or something like that. Let's get those 60,000 subscribers. Make sure you subscribe to this channel and my other channel. Check out Patreon, check out YouTube channel memberships for early access to videos and exclusive content and your best way to support the channel. Cheap plug right there. But let's dive into the McFarlane stuff. How about we take a trip to GameStop? Beautiful this time of year. GameStop has two exclusives for McFarlane, but in a plot twist, they are both re-releases, as we've been saying over a year ago now at this point, probably. I don't have to do the math on my toes and Todd's toes over there as well. But we know McFarlane Toys is losing the license, and I've said since the get-go, they're going to re-release stuff. They're going to put new stuff out, but they'll also have a lot of things that were hard to get in the past back out for everybody. We have another case of that from GameStop right here. Batman Movie Edition, Poison Ivy, and Arnold Schwarzenegger's Mr. Freeze. Very cool for those that missed out on these. No Build-A-Figure pieces this time. Mr. Freeze was a Build-A-Figure once upon a time. He was also, I think, a GameStop exclusive, or maybe it was an Entertainment Earth exclusive as a glow-in-the-dark one. I still haven't unboxed that, or it's a dark light, black light version. Check out that review someday on the channel, Todd, maybe a year from now. We'll see. But we are having another chance at these if you want to pre-order over at GameStop. Makes sense there. But we did get some announcements of some new characters in the DC Multiverse line, and they're starting off with one we saw at the San Diego showcase there for McFarlane Toys. Man, I can't believe I missed that burrito bar. Oh my gosh, Todd. You know, work-life balance is tough for me this year, Todd. I've missed out on so many things, and out of all the things I've missed out on this year in life, I think hanging with you in San Diego on top of that building, probably the number one thing I missed out on. But we did see at that event, and then, of course, in the presentation at San Diego Comic-Con, we saw Raven Teen Titans Edition, a favorite of my daughter as a kid. So you know she's going to be here for that. But we need this version of Raven. We got Black Manta, and I don't think I have a Black Manta in my collection. I almost bought the movie edition to kind of pass off as this one, but this is the one I've been looking for. So we finally got a good Black Manta around the corner. Wonder Girl is coming. What about Wonder Boy? I think Jack Black Tenacious D edition could be Todd McFarlane, but we got Wonder Girl around the corner and Mara. I don't know if I know Mara. Maybe I just can't remember, or maybe I just don't know the character, but we're getting Mara in there. Something I don't know anything about, but I hear it is all the rage these days, is the Absolute DC, Absolute Batman is on fire. I've heard like the comic book is super expensive, like issue number 1 from just a couple of years ago. So kudos to DC. A lot of people saying DC better than Marvel this day and age in the comic book world, which is a nice change around because in the 80s when I was first getting to superheroes, it seemed like it was all DC. Then the 90s really went to Marvel with X-Men and all points in between. And now apparently DC's on the rise in comic books, or has been. You guys tell me in the comics, in the comments or the comics, Todd McFarlane. But Absolute Batman, part of the Elite Edition line, $60 price point. That's a tough price point, but it is a figure a lot of people I think will be wanting, so we'll see how that ends up netting out there. And we also saw the Elite Spartan officially solicited again. They've been really pushing that one the last couple of weeks. I've heard some people even found that at GameStop already, and I know it was for sale at San Diego Comic-Con, so if you're after Spartan, he should be around the corner. I cannot wait to get mine from our friends over there at Jay's Toys and Games. Use code Kyle, save yourself 15%. The hits keep on coming over to the Page Punchers line. No slowing the Page Punchers down. Red Platinum Robin from Batman #1 and Batman #1 regular edition. that's pretty cool to get both those in the same lineup there. That will make a lot of people happy, the yin and yang in a lot of ways. We also got Tim Drake, Robin as a red platinum chase, and we have Nightwing. So 4 Bat family members all in that page puncher wave. Should be another good wave for a lot of people. I've had really good success outside of Miss Martian. Had to get help for that one, but everything else I've been seemingly pretty easy to find. Knock on wood, that continues. We did see Harley Quinn, a bit of a re-release. I never got this one the first go around, but I did get the Jokerized version of this Harley Quinn, so I'll probably end up grabbing this one when it does come. One that's going to excite a lot of people is Green Lantern. Everybody loves to army build. We know the Lantern show's around the corner. Todd, I'm hoping I can track down those San Diego Comic-Con exclusive Lantern figures. We'll see where that ends up going. But we got Lanterns ×4. We got 4 different alien species. That's the cool thing about Green Lanterns. You get all these guys in different looks and stuff. It's a wild shelf. And now we got 4 more of those, including Sinestro once upon a time. So we do get him as part of that. That should be fun to grab all those, track all those down. I'm sure. We also saw Atrocitus and Red Lantern 2-pack. We've had Batrosis. I think we've had Atrocitus before. Haven't we? Maybe we haven't, but I feel like we've had that one before. We have had that one before, and we've had Batrosis as well. Easy for me to say. Oh my gosh. But we're going to 2-pack with a Red Lantern, so once again, a little bit of army building on the bad side. Why not? But that'll be one of those price points of like $79, I have to imagine, for that. So we'll see how that nets out. Doomsday back again. Is this the 3rd time with this Doomsday mold? I'm sure there's differences between the paints and everything else. That's what usually happens. But we're getting Doomsday Mega Fig once again. I really want that classic Doomsday. We've been pretty close. There's always just a hair off, and that's how these toy companies always do. But I think Doomsday is another one a lot of people will want. Now we need a classic Superman from that time frame to go against him again. We'll see where that ends up going. We saw Catwoman from Hush. We've had a lot of Hush figures over the years. Now we got Catwoman joining the party here. We also got Batman Justice League Movie Edition. That might be a pass for me. I either long game or I dabble in the movie figures from McFarlane, but we do got that. I never even saw that Batman Justice League movie. I've just never been able to sit down and just knock it out, of course. And I never have problems knocking one out, Todd McFarlane, but haven't been able to do it. We did see Plastic Man without all the Mr. Fantastic parts, I guess, elongated parts, but we do got Plastic Man. And then one I am extremely excited for, it is the Kenner version of Robin, is what I call this one. I think it's Silver Age, technically. I've never been figuring out which one Silver Age looks all that, but this one, I think of my Kenner Superpower figures as a kid. That's what that Robin represents to me. That is my favorite version of Robin. I close my eyes and I think of Robin. That is my Robin. So I'm very excited to knock that one out, and knocking them out, Todd. That's what I'm doing lately. But that's it for DC Multiverse. I'm sure there's going to be some surprises, some exclusives along the way, some website releases. We did cover the Vault coming up here with the Santa, the Mr. Freeze, and some of those. Fully expecting probably another Vault release in there, but a little bit short on stuff for, of course, San Diego Comic-Con. But what do you expect when you only got about 5 minutes, 5 months, same thing, left in the license? So we're down to the wire, truly down to the wire. And speaking of DC, I know a lot of people are saying we're going to see all the DC Mattel stuff. As we've seen, we haven't seen any of that. From everything I've been told from earlier this year, that we're not going to see anything DC Mattel until the first of the year. And it will be available first of the year as well. So that'll be very crazy. I'm not sure if that's going to be the same way with the Ninja Turtles. I guess we'll see on that. We do know Ninja Turtles have pulled the license, or I should say Mattel with the master license has pulled the license from NECA, Playmates, and I'm assuming, we know what happens when we assume, McFarlane Toys, is I did not see anything turtle related here from McFarlane. So going to be interesting for turtle collectors. Where do they go? Do they sell their old collection? Do they stay put? Do they move over to Mattel? Have to imagine Mattel's going to go hot. They're going to go with so many kitty Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle figures. They're going to have the elite style, and you know they'll have the ultimate style. Going to make prices very expensive for a lot of people in those ultimate ones. But there's going to be a little bit of something for everybody, I think, between DC and Turtles with Mattel. But will they get the fan bases from the NECAs and the McFarlanes to jump over and restart collections? That's never an easy task. So we'll see what happens. We'll cover it when that day comes, and it's coming sooner rather than later. And a little bit more from McFarlane here, a little bit Mortal Kombat action here. We did see Smoke. I believe that's going to be like a Red Platinum chase, probably a GameStop exclusive, basically. Getting the most out of the molds once again, but we got Smoke coming. And then we got Player 2 versions, going heavy on Player 2. Got to get the most out of your molds. We know how it goes. We say it here on the channel all the time. We got Kung Lao. We got Baraka, an all-time favorite of mine. We got Johnny Cage. We got Jakks. We got Shang Tsung. We got, that's it. That's it. Yeah, I guess that's it. I was reading down the list, but that's all we got for Player 2. But no more Player 1s, no more anything new there. But have to imagine, as we've talked about it, DC leaving, Turtles possibly leaving. What are we going to fill the gaps in? Poppy's Playtime, Helldivers, the Elite line, Image Founders line, Mortal Kombat. And as we've seen with McFarlane Toys, sport figures. Every Target in my area has thrown up with basketball, football, baseball figures. Plenty of that going around as well. Some people saying, hey, McFarlane's taking over wrestling. And Todd, you told me you don't like wrestling. Unless you're trying to get me off the scent, I'm not sure. But makes a lot of sense. Could we get wrestlers in that style? I know a lot of people will like that and a lot of people would hate that. And I think that's true of anything, anywhere it goes. We'll see what ends up happening at the end of the day. But interesting times with McFarlane Toys. And as I keep saying all along this year, 2026 is possibly the pivotal year for action figures of an entire generation, with new companies coming in, all kinds of third-party companies playing, and then you got Jazzwares losing AEW. You got NECA losing Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. You got McFarlane losing Turtles, and I guess DC Multiverse as well. There's a lot of changes, a lot of changing ships and things. Directions are changing. Where does it all go? I'm not exactly sure, but stay tuned to the channel and we'll cover it all when the time does come, and when there's news to be broke, we'll talk all about it here on this very YouTube channel. So once again, make sure you subscribe to this YouTube channel and thumbs up the video, and let me know your thoughts on McFarlane Toys. How'd you think they did for San Diego Comic-Con? What are you excited for? What, Todd McFarlane? You're excited for the pins? Oh yeah, he said, get the plug in for the pins. I know there's a lot of pin collectors that watch this channel, so that makes sense. But let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Don't forget, Patreon, YouTube channel membership's your best way to support all the content, all the work this channel brings. Don't forget, of course, SirPaul64 if you want to follow me on the X, _Kyle_Peterson on Threads, Instagram, TikTok, and The Kyle Peterson Show at gmail.com, which is the name of my podcast, The Kyle Peterson Show, available every single Tuesday wherever podcasts are found, with video cast on YouTube. So for another day of action figure news from San Diego Comic-Con, I'm Kyle, and you know what I'm doing. I'm rocking and rolling, strutting and strolling into another toy news video.
Well, are we gonna dance or are we gonna play?